How's it going, YouTube? It's your boy Thompson. Next, coming at you with a deck profile update. Today, I'm bringing you once again Live Twin Sprites. I got first place during a box tournament, but there's been some changes to the deck, some slight tweaks to the main and the side and the extra, and I just kind of wanted to go over the changes that I made, talk about the deck list, and then the matchups. The matchups we'll talk about at the end, and then yeah, we'll just go from there. So for the main deck, we play triple Live Twin Lula, triple Kill, one Frost, triple Snitch, and one Secret Password. So this was the big change from last time. I played triple Kill instead of just two. Typically I play 3, 2, 1, and then I played double up on Password, but I was noticing some people were starting to make deck Droll ever since the 250th YCS, and I kind of wanted to not play into that as hard. So I still think you need the secret password for consistency, at least like in terms of numbers of names, because this gets you this, which gets you any name, so it's basically like you're running 10 full names. And I just kind of want to keep that consistency in the deck. For the Sprite package, you have triple Sprite Blue, triple Jet, one Carrot, one Red, triple Starter, one Smashers, and one Double Cross. This is another change. I took Gamma Burst out of the main deck. So I was playing Gamma Burst a lot in the main, and I definitely think it was good. It's in the side, and I'll talk about more about that later, but it's been Gamma Burst has been kind of mid, not in the main deck. I'm not necessarily missing it, but I'm also not putting it into the deck whenever I side because it's just not a card that I really think about. So, yeah, pretty much just that. That's the biggest change. For the power spells, I play the two triple attacks, sorry, three enemy controller, and I play the one Imperia, which I keep at the power spells just because it's just a random level 2, but it's a free draw, mandatory effect, so it has to activate, has to be first on summon. Um, it's just one of those cards that's very powerful, just for the fact that it's a level 2. It's a free summon off of Gigantic Sprite, sorry, and it lets you be able to have another body that's not a combo piece to be your starter name. That can play into stuff. I can't tell you how many times I've went normal summon Imperia, activated the effect to beta negate out, and then chained enemy controller, and been fine to play the game off that. And then the last cards are the hand traps, and I play three Ash Blossom, two Nibiru, two Droll and Mockbird, and the other big change of the deck was three Imperm. So the big change for the hand trap lineup, so like we took out the Gamma Burst, and we took out one Nib, and we put two Drolls in. So I've been starting to main deck the Droll and Mockbirds, and they've been coming in very nicely. I haven't run into much Kashtira at all, but it's mostly for that some other rogue decks, and it's been really nice, especially against like Runic. And then Imperm, I've been playing over Effect Failure because I just haven't been seeing people play Lance. Um, like whenever I did play against Kashtira, I've never seen Lance. I rarely see Goliath anymore either. I rarely see Ibli as well. Ibli doesn't do much to me, but I rarely see that too. So it's just those things. For the extra deck, not too much has changed. These are my tokens. We play 3 Kiss to Kill, 2 Lila, and 1 Trouble Sunny for the Evil Twins. Pretty standard. 1 IP, 1 Mech Knight Abramax, or Crusader Abramax, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, and 1 Nightmare Unicorn. And these are all your Link monsters. Pretty much the whole point here is just these are fiend, so you can summon it after you use sorry, I put them down here. These are fiend, so you can use them after the evil twin combos. Abramax is just a good link 4 that you have with IP. Same thing with Trouble Sunny. Trouble Sunny can be summoned with IP. And either of these names, and then you can just revive it. And then Triple Sun you can revive both at some point. Or you can go like Unicorn and be an interruption that can't be destroyed, as well as just putting stuff down. And then, like if you end up co-linking like Lila and Phoenix, then like I think Phoenix protects from battle destruction. Yeah. So co-link monsters can't be destroyed by battle, and it's just like little things like that that you can that have some like small synergies that you just don't usually get to see. Plus, Phoenix comes in a lot when just pushing for damage. Um, the 1900 is actually pretty big because you have all your level 2s are pretty small, and so being able to link into that after doing your life twin combo to push for more damage is always nice. The last 5 extra cards are Exceeds, and it's 2 Gigantic Spright, 1 Sky Cavalry, 1 Zeus, and the last card is Mannequin Cat. This is one of the bigger changes that I've recently made, putting it into the main extra deck. It is it's hit or miss. Sometimes I get to really use this card. Sometimes I never feel like I want to summon it. So it's one of those debatable. Should I put it into the side deck as an extra deck card? But I personally hate doing that. Um, it's just one of those pet peeves of mine for some reason. Even though I fully think it's a good strategy, I just don't tend to do it. And then for the side deck, we have the third Droll Knockbird, the third Nibiru. Um, Pretty much just depending on the matchups, like whichever one is better, I tend to take at least one of them out for the other one, and then other hand traps and stuff. So it's pretty much just that way. One Chaos Hunter and one Jinzo. These are the two monsters I summon off Neko, Madigan Cat. Pretty much this is just Labyrinth. If I can get this out against Trap Tricks, I try to. Typically I start it in against Trap Tricks anyway, because if they don't have total board setup, or like if Ash alone beats them, like if they go summon Link for Sarah, Parallel Exceed, and you can negate the Parallel Exceed, and then if they don't have an extender, they just get locked out of Rafflesia. Then at that point, typically Jinzo just beats them. Two Ghost Spell to help with like Expulsion and Branded in Red, and just plenty of good stuff. Three Cosmic Cyclone. Helps out a ton against Branded, helps out a ton against Runic, Trap Tricks, Labyrinth, just, Cosmic Cyclone is just really good, and you need it mostly because of Lord of the Heavenly Prisons, the Trap Tricks monster that prevents sets from being destroyed, um, just tons of little things like that. Runics have Hugin to protect the field spell, so as long as you can if you banish it, it's pretty good. And then like you have smashes on top of it, so it's pretty good. Um, I never slide this card in, and I really want to take this out. I don't know what to take it out for. I'll probably test some other cards, some one-ofs and stuff, but most likely Gamma Burst is coming out. I can't really argue to keep it in. Change of Heart and Mind Control. I love cards that say could take control of opponent's monsters, and I let you do stuff with it. So Change of Heart's just the better one. Mind Control, I do it just because if you're taking like Kashtira cards and you end up making sure you can take anyway, it doesn't really matter at that point. You can just make a format Zeus on top of it and be fine, which is what I love to do with it. And then the last three are evenly matched, which genuinely come in clutch constantly, and I love them. They didn't get used today, but because I just never had the opportunity to really need to do it. So I guess to talk about the matchups, um, pretty much the matchups were what was it? It was Salamangreat, Naturi Runic, and then Brennan Despia. The Salamangreat player, we had a pretty long and grindy game one. I bricked and lost that game. But that was pretty much because I made a pretty bad misplay. I was trying to hold out on cards when I shouldn't have. I had clogged on hand traps, and he had a Mirage Dahlia with one material underneath because I dashed it. He hit me for 2,000 past and had nothing else on board. I had an enemy controller. I should have just I had a carrot that and no other level 2s, so I should have just summoned carrot, took control of his Mirage Celio, and went into Zeus, and then just started hitting him with Zeus. Um, that was honestly my fault. And then game two was a long game, but I still won. So we had two kind of grindy games, and then game three we were going into it within 30 seconds left, and so it ended up being a draw. Because neither of us had burn cards or healing cards. Round two, I played against Naturia Runic. I'm definitely feeling a lot better against that matchup. Before I was kind of iffy about it because Runic cards are just one of those. Runic is one of those archetypes that's really daunting ever since Master Duel. Pure Runic decks are tend to be really annoying, and like I personally know that because I played some Naturia Runic that it's pretty good. Naturia Blessing is an insane card, along with Sacred Tree. And just being able to pump out Synchro Monsters is pretty nice. But that being said, I'm feeling a lot better about the matchup, and that was a nice 2-0 victory. And then round three, I played against Red Despia. That was more of a slogfest that went into time again. Um, Game one, he summoned Dragoon against me 3 times. That was interesting. I misplayed that game a lot, and I actually think I could have had game one, but it was just a couple of misplays that let him get to Dragoon 3 times. That was just gonna beat my face in. And then uh, game two, I won pretty handedly, and game three, I was pretty close to victory. He had no follow-up play. But I also, because I had hit him with Ash and I had the Imperm for the Gangrenal, so he couldn't summon anything from the extra deck. And then he would have had Aliber to block, but honestly, it wouldn't have changed much of anything. It was just going to be battle phase. I would have just ran over the Aliber anyway, left on a board with like a Spell Trap Negate, a Monster Negate, the Live Twins, and I think a Smasher's back row. I know I would have used the Smashers to clear out the Gangrenal. It would have been yeah, it would have been a double cross set. So like even if he had something to revive or to summon again anyway, it was gonna be taken by double cross. Even if he had like so basically no matter what, like if he had something to play through, I was gonna just steal whatever he summoned, and then pass back to me, and then I attack for game. So I'm pretty sure I had that game either way. But in the end, he had a misplay where he ended up forgetting his Albion effect on the final turn because we were getting close to time and we were rushing. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I do miss the Spright Sprint in the deck. Um, and that was pretty much like the big change for the Mannequin Cat. But I have had times where Mannequin Cat's good. Mannequin Cat has won me a game because of D-Shifter alone. I hate having to play in the D-Shifter, but being able to get out Chaos Hunter is really good. And then there's been a single Labyrinth game at locals where I played, and honestly I haven't seen him since, but where I've summoned Jinzo. But like ever since then, I've just kept Jinzo in just in case. But yeah, like honestly, like the big changes would be those. Um, the side deck would be like Gamma Burst, and I don't think the main deck really needs any changes right now. If I do end up changing it, I'll probably end up making another deck list. But for now, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I upload 3 Dueling Book videos every single day of high-rated Dueling Book. Feel free to check those out. Subscribe if you like this content, and have a great day. Peace.